The protests by truckers in Canada against COVID restrictions have hit the 2-week mark. Protesters have shut down central Ottawa and also disrupted cross-border trade. While Canadian police threatened to arrest truckers-led protests, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has slammed the movement as unacceptable. Addressing the House of Commons, Trudeau warned that blockades of 2 key bridges were threatening the country's economic recovery from the pandemic. Trudeau also slammed opposition members for supporting the demonstration against COVID mandates. Opposition Conservative Party lawmakers pressed him to commit to lifting federal vaccine mandates.
Ce siège est inacceptable. L'impact sur les petites entreprises, sur les manufacturiers, sur les chaînes d'approvisionnement continue et que ce soit les barricades aux frontières, que ce soit l'emprise à Ottawa, nous devons de faire tout ce qu'on peut ensemble, tous les différents paliers de gouvernement pour en mettre fin. Ce qui aiderait énormément, c'est que les partis conservateurs disent à ses supporters, à ses sympathisants d'arrêter de bloquer notre économie et de retourner chez eux.
The traffic blocking convoy was the first sign demonstrations could affect the United States. The White House expressed concerns about the impacts of the protests on the U.S. economy. The White House said Washington is working with authorities across the border to reroute the traffic.
The blockade poses a risk to supply chains for the auto industry because the bridge is a key conduit for motor vehicles, components and parts, and delays risk disrupting auto production.
Horn-blaring protests have been causing gridlock in the capital Ottawa since late January. The protest against COVID-19 mandates spread across the Canadian border with the United States. From Monday night, truckers shut inbound Canada traffic at the Ambassador Bridge. It is a supply route for Detroit's car makers and agricultural products. Another border crossing in Alberta province has been closed in both directions since late Tuesday. Now, truckers who were unable to travel via the Ambassador Bridge headed to the Blue Water Bridge in Port Huron, Michigan, where they were hit with another snarl. The Ambassador Bridge closure has already caused a shortage of parts at car makers Stellantis assembly plant in Windsor, Ontario, where it builds Chrysler vehicles. Ford suspended engine production in Windsor, while its Oakville factory near Toronto is operating with a reduced schedule. The company warned the bridge closure could have widespread impact on all automakers in the United States and Canada. It started as a freedom convoy occupying downtown Ottawa, opposing a vaccine or quarantine mandate. Hundreds of big rig trucks are now paralyzing the streets of downtown Ottawa. Calling the situation out of control, the mayor declared a state of emergency. Downtown Ottawa residents criticized police for their initially permissive attitude towards the blockade. Authorities began trying to take back control with the seizure of thousands of litres of fuel and the removal of an oil tanker truck. Canadian police also seized jerry cans at the site of the protest, clogging the streets of downtown Ottawa. Ottawa police had warned that anyone found providing fuel or supplies to the protesters could face charges. Canadian protesters directed their ire at Justin Trudeau as he called the Freedom Convoy demonstration unacceptable.
And I never have been for Justin Trudeau since the beginning. He came in. Before that, I watched him, and I never have been for him. I haven't voted him in. I haven't get him any vote, and I just want Justin, if you watch this, I want you to leave the office. I want you to leave completely.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.